everyone, it's Beauty is Within 09. Okay, so this is the third time I've started this video over because first time I messed up and the second time someone called me on my phone and ruined the video. So we're going to hope that it does not cut off again. If not, I kind of have this like editing system on my phone and I'll try to like smash videos together if it happens again because I'm not starting over again. But we're going to hope no one calls me. Okay? Alright. So, like I said, yesterday in my other video, this is going to be my high school experience, and this video is probably going to be broken up into like parts because it's a lot because it's 4 years and you can't cram 4 years into 5 months. I mean 15 minutes, 5 months, really. But so yeah. Alright, I'm gonna fix this so stop bleeding. Okay, now I entered high school when I was about 14, 15, somewhere around that age, okay, in 9th grade. And, I don't know if I said we. Like I said, I was in marching band, and like I said in previous video, I was in marching band, and, that was mainly what my time was wrapped around, especially in the football season, because that's when you do most of your marching and everything, and, a lot of my friends were probably more in band than they were in other things. I had good friends in each of the things. Like I had a really good friend in ROTC and I had a really good friend in theater and things like that. So, while in band, I did date a guy that was in the band. They always say that, don't date a guy in the band because it ruins your relationship or it ruins your friendship, which is true. I agree with this now. But, I actually met him in 10th grade. Never really dated anybody in my freshman year or anything. And I wasn't allowed to date until I was 16 anyway, so it all kind of worked out. By the time I met him, I was already 16 and everything. So, I started dating him, and we dated from April to June of that year of my 10th grade. So, I was in 10th grade when we started dating, and we broke up the summer after 10th grade. So, I'd be going into my 11th grade year, which here in America, that's your junior year, okay? And, it was more or less we were just young and stupid and didn't know anything about relationships. He was my first boyfriend, and I don't know. I think he had girlfriends before that and everything. So yeah, and then in about July-ish maybe I met a guy during the summer at my church, and we dated from July to October. And I say dated, by the way, because like, we went on a couple of dates, and then we went to 2 completely different schools. So when school started, he was a football player, I was in band. We never saw each other. And so our relationship kind of just went to a plateau, and then we broke up. And, which, at the time, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, he never called me, he never did this, and blah, 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 blah. But I look back on it, and it's like, we were young. Like, if we really wanted it to work, we would have made it work. But we were young, and it's okay. Like, no hurt feelings or anything. We haven't talked since we broke up, but no hurt feelings. Okay? And then, in my 11th grade year, I was single from that October till April, and prom was coming up. We have a junior-senior prom, which if you don't know what prom is, that's like when you get all like dressed up and you go dance, and it's a special night for the juniors and seniors and everything. And I really wanted to date. A lot of girls, like, they wanted to date to go to prom and everything. So I really wanted to date because it was my very first prom. I've never been to prom before. And, like, after just hoping someone was going to ask me, and then thinking about this guy, and thinking about this guy, and thinking about that guy, I decided that I wanted to go with my ex-boyfriend, my first one, like, that I was telling you about that I met in band, because during that school year, we had gotten to, like, really know each other, and, became really close friends and everything, and his mom and my mom had gotten to know each other and everything. So I decided, I'm going to ask him to prom. So I asked him to prom on April Fool's Day. Wasn't thinking when I did that, so, like, his mom called my mom, was like, oh my god, is this a joke? And it wasn't a joke. So we went to prom together, okay? And if I was on, like, an actual, like, editing program, I totally would, like, insert a picture right here of, I don't know if I would show a picture of us, but I would insert a picture of my junior year, okay? Prom. So we went to prom together. We had a great time, wonderful time, and everything. And prom is usually on a Saturday. So we went Saturday night prom. Okay. Sunday passed. Okay. And Monday, he asked me out. And so by Monday after prom, we were dating. Okay. And we dated for about a year. And maybe a little over a year. Off and on. Off and on all the time. Like, we fought all the time. We broke up. We got back together. We fought. We broke up. We got back together. Like, literally, that was, like, our life for a whole year. And, I probably should have left, like, the relationship a long time ago, but I didn't. I kept going back, thinking things were going to get better, and same for him. I mean, he kept coming back to me, thinking things were going to get better when we knew, like, the same problems were always going to arise between us, which I'll talk about later. And, so we, that was my senior year. So we were dating into my senior year. We broke up the, summer after my senior year. So I was going into college. And he was still in high school, by the way. He was also younger than me. Okay? So, that is my, like, dating experience in high school, okay? Now, they say that going to high school, you tend to meet your, like, your friends that will stick with you for life. But then they say in college, you go to college to meet your bridesmaids or your husband or et cetera, et cetera. High school, no. I had really, really good friends in high school. I only talked to one person since I graduated. Like, constantly one person. Like, there's people who, like, might message me on Facebook or, you know, like, I'll tell them happy birthday, things like that. Or if we see each other in the store, we'll say hi to each other or something like that. But there's only one person that, like, that was my best friend in high school that we've actually stayed in contact, and we still continue, like, to hang out. We haven't hung out in a while because our schedules are so different right now. But he's, like, he's a really, really good friend of mine, and we would never date because we just wouldn't ever date. And that's another story that I won't share with you, but we won't ever date. And, which is nice. I like having that friend that we know nothing will ever go on between us. Anyway, okay, so, I do have one really, really good friend that stuck after high school. And I also have those friends that we're no longer friends, like, literally no longer friends. In my previous video, I said that I had a friend that, helped me get involved in theater, which I think, despite that we're not friends anymore, I thank God that she did that, because it really just opened my eyes to the world. Okay, and, my senior year, we had a huge falling out. Like, oh, literally, it was like calling each other names, like tears and screaming, and teachers knew about it. Well, the teacher in the room knew about it, the theater teacher. And we like, in high school, we were inseparable. Like, we were best friends, always went things together, and so we had a huge falling out. And so, because of that falling out, I lost a lot of friends through it, because there was people that were, like, friends with her, and they took her side, and then I was all like, I really don't care. And it was over a guy. We weren't fighting over a guy. It was the fact that, if I look back on it, she kind of was, like, protecting me in a sense. But, because she didn't like that I was going back with my ex-boyfriend at the time. And, that was why we had a huge falling out, and plus among other things and everything. So if I look back on it, she kind of was she was protecting me as a friend, and I didn't think of it as that time, so I could totally go back and, like, tell her, thank you so much for doing that. But things happened that they came out that I guess previously were bothering us, that just kind of ruined the friendship. But like I said, I lost that friend. I didn't really like high school. I was a good student, and, like, I have some good memories of it, but I was ready to get out. High school just wasn't my place. I've definitely had more fun in college, and, I guess I want to do more advice videos later, but my advice to you in high school is find your place in high school and stick to it, because it's going to be the place that you're always going to run to anyway. I loved band. Band was where I put all my time. I loved theater. It was my passion. But ROTC was the place I ran to when things were going wrong, because they always knew what to say. And I'll never forget, like, putting senior year, at one point I put all my time into, like, RGC at one point, and we had to like run miles and stuff, and I got my mile run down to like an awesome time and things like that. And that was because they were there. They knew I was going through things. They knew that my boyfriend didn't treat me right, but they weren't there to like tell me, you need to break up with him. You need to do this. You need to do this. Instead, they were just there. Like, the door was always open. I could come in at any time and tell them, like, this is going on. And if I were to ever go up to him, for example, and be like, my boyfriend just hit me, they would help me. But he never hit me. He never hit me. That's just an example, okay? Like, that was how trusting the ROTC program was at my school. And that was the only place that I really, absolutely, positively, in any place of the school, I felt safe. And, like, I could sit in there and cry if I needed to, or you know what I mean. So, my favorite class in like high school was probably, not counting like all the like extracurricular activities, like actual class, was probably English. I had some really awesome English teachers through my like high school experience. Yeah. Every year, I think I had a really good English teacher. Even the one that, like, kicked my butt, she was really good. Because she was there for me. Like, if I went to her and was like, I'm really having a hard time with this, she took the time to help me because she knew why I was, like, so behind and everything. And why I was having a hard time. It was just because of how the classes worked out. Like, I had to jump, like, it was just weird how our English classes worked. So, that was probably my English favorite class. My sweet doggy. My least favorite class. Let's see. Probably math. I hate math. I hate it with a passion. I'm in college now and I still hate math. That was just because I'm not good at it. My least favorite absolute class, like any class out of all of them, was my 9th grade history class. My teacher was horrible. I couldn't stand him. I wouldn't say I hated him because that's a strong word, but I couldn't stand it. He just, ugh. And then, of course, he quits the year that I, get out of his class, because that's how life works. And, the one class that, like, I struggled in, but I wouldn't say I hated it. It was just kind of like I dreaded going, with chemistry. Ugh. Once again, you had to use, like, numbers and stuff, and just, bleh, bleh, bleh. I know I did that, like, 3 times, but, bleh. Ugh. But, I got out of that class with a C, and, I was pretty happy with that, and he really was, like, I wouldn't say he helped me out, but he knew I was struggling, but he knew I tried, so I to this day think he kind of boosted my grade up to help me out. French. I took French. I think I mentioned in a video that I'm bad at language. Now, that is a woman who I will say I hated. Ugh. She knew I was bad at French, and she despised me of it. So, it was like a mutual hate. I couldn't stand her because she wouldn't help me, and she couldn't stand me because I needed help. Like, I came to a couple tutoring sessions, and she was all, like, nice and everything, but it was like she didn't want to be there. I to this day think she passed me to get me out of French because, like, I was in my last semester of French, and if I would have failed her class, I would have had to take it again, and she didn't want me as a student again, so she passed me, and I thank God she did that. So, yeah. But that's about it. That's pretty much my experience in high school. Like, that was basically what my life revolved around, especially that guy that I dated for about a year. He took up all my time and stuff. So yeah, this video is going on to 14 minutes long, and I don't want it to be 15 because otherwise it won't upload to YouTube. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Probably my next video is going to be more, I don't know. I have to think about it. We'll see. It'll be a surprise. Maybe I'll pick a tag video or something. I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe I'll throw in a beauty video. I think I'll throw in a beauty video. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And, please check back, subscribe, comment, rate, subscribe. I said that twice. And, yeah, it's Beauty is Within 09. Bye.